Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be part 1 of 2 in another sim series that I'm doing, and this one is centered around Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. If you know me, you know I love Scooby-Doo. Been on that Scooby-Doo grind since I was 4 years old. I've had themed birthday parties, I have themed clothes, I had toys, and I have disc holders that are Scooby-Doo themed for the old series, and I think I've watched Mystery Incorporated probably an embarrassing amount of times. So today I am going to be creating the Mystery Incorporated gang based on my interpretation of them. It's kind of a collage of their different outfits and styles throughout separate series and movies. So I plucked a bunch of different outfits across the franchise, made a collage, and really just based it off of that, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And then next week's video is going to be me making them a house or a little headquarters or a little mix of both, but that is for next week. For now, let's get on with the video. I decided to start off with Daphne. Here's my little mood board or inspo board, really just channeling her posh fashion sense. And yeah, so I started with her likes and dislikes, but I realized that I made her an adult when I should have made her a teen, so I'm gonna redo and fix all that later, so just pay no mind. I started just with a simple basic outfit just so I can use that as a base when I'm making her outfits. And I started with her face, so I just picked a generic face and went from there. I was looking at inspiration from many different versions of her, and I quickly realized that this is my own adaptation, so I didn't have to really worry about being too spot on with any of her facial features. But here I am. I already made her. I was gonna make her eyebrows ginger, but I realized that they're actually not. And here's one of the hairstyles I was debating, but I quickly changed that. Alright, here's where I go in to look at the rest of my hair options. I was debating between this one and the one I just had on, because I wanted her signature headband or like hairpiece to be included. I ended up with this just because I like the waviness of her hair in this one better than the one with the headband. I'm doing her makeup here, just, simple, little bit of eyeliner with eyelashes, and yeah, just standard. Here I am about to take off all of her accessories from her other outfits that are unwanted, and now I'm going to scroll through and look at all the dresses that are candidates for her everyday wear. Her signature purple dress with a little belt. I could not find any that had a belt that I liked, so yeah, here we are. So I put her tights on and gave her some nails just because I thought they looked pretty. And yeah. Now here is where we get into some issues because there's no ascot or scarf except for this one, and it's cute and I don't mind it, but it wasn't really what I was looking for when I was envisioning my sim. I run into this problem with Fred too down the line because it's not compatible with the outfit I put him in, but that's for later. This dress is inspired by her prom dress, hence why she has those gloves on, and I did her hair a little bit differently and gave her some pearls. here is where I go back and fix her trait, or fix that she's a teen instead of an adult. I'll fix her traits later. This look is inspired by the picture I showed on screen earlier, and yeah. For sleepwear, I just ended up giving her a robe, and this party dress I end up changing later, but we'll see that in a second. It was a cute dress, and I like the color scheme, but I think what I did was better. Just standard hot and cold wear. And yeah, this is where I go in and change the party wear from that to her performance with the Hex Girls in Mystery Incorporated. I did have it on the inspo board, but yeah, I think that it's just fun. It's just so fun, and I needed to do it because, yeah. So I think I gave almost all of them that first trait. I gave her music and neat because she's very posh and she has interest in music. On to Fred Jones. There is my little inspiration board at the bottom there. Pretty standard stuff. Fred is pretty basic in terms of what he wears and his style, but yeah, here I am just kind of finding a face that works for him. Strong jaw, obviously, strong chin. And I went back and forth between what color hair I wanted for him and what hairstyle, but I think what I ended up with was perfect. I had to step back and see, but yeah, I think this is perfect. We didn't really have like a light yellow like his hair is, but again, I think this is fine. Here I am with the ascot / scarf. This was a problem because I ended up with this outfit, which the collar of the shirt cuts through the ascot, but I decided that it was worth it, and you know, as much as it would bother me, it is what it is. On to his other outfits for his swimwear, just a basic blue and orange, yeah. And then for his formal wear, I was inspired by the first suit that I had up, but I don't know why I put him in this. It wasn't, I don't know, I just put him in a blue suit. I don't know, man. I wanted to really lean into the fact that Fred is more of the jock archetype, with his athletic wear. So you'll see that there. And then for party wear, just put him in that just because I saw the orange little tie there. I thought that looked good. And I was debating between a bunch of different Hawaiian style shirts. I ended up with that one, which is the one I chose, but yeah. I was looking to put his ascot on that outfit too, just because I think it worked better as well, but yeah, here are his traits. I was debating between changing it from the Ghost Mystery one, but yeah, I just ended up with Bro and Athletic as his sub-traits. Alright, on to Velma. This is our base sim. I started off with her traits and I gave her the Renaissance trait instead because she's good at literally everything. I gave her Genius and Clumsy because she's always dropping her glasses and she is so intelligent. A lot of the outfits I had to draw from her live action adaptation because there's not a lot of different outfits for Velma. I realized as I was doing my research, but yeah, I think this base sim was honestly perfect. A good start. I kept a lot of like the face shape and some of the facial features I just morphed and resized. I was debating on Freckles because she only really has a little bit of freckles, but I think this freckle looks so much better. And this is another instance where I realized this is my adaptation, so yeah, whatever I think looks best. And it was finally time to give her her signature glasses. I think that the small glasses are, how do I say this? They looked a little too cunty, but yeah, I like the ones that I chose. I think the wider frames suit her face better. Her main everyday outfit is standard. I mean, it's her skirt and her sweater. I think I had a lot of good options. I like her little Mary Janes that she has going on. And yeah, for her formal wear, I think this is perfect for her. It gives Velma, in my opinion. Here's just some standard athletic wear. And for her sleepwear, I just put her in just like, I don't know, like sweat shorts and sweatshirt. This was a contender because it gave the vibe of the Velma's makeover scene, but I ended up putting her in this, not because I think it looked good at all, but it just gave the vibe of, you know, the latex suit that she gets made up in. Here's her swimwear that I gave her, and just other adaptations of her signature sweater and pant for her hot and cold weather wear. And that about sums it up. I put in her likes and dislikes, and that was our Velma. Next is Shaggy and Scooby. This was a good base sim for Shaggy as well. I was kind of messing with his voice because I forgot to do Fred's, but I just stuck with a standard face. And yeah, another huge thing that I was having difficulties with was eye color, because in a lot of the pictures they don't have eye colors, or the wiki says that it's just like their pupils essentially, but I decided to switch that up a little bit. I decided on this for Shaggy's hair, and I started on with his outfit. I thought that this v-neck was a little too deep, but you know, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. It was the best green color in my opinion. And here is the big debate: are the pants red? Are the pants brown? Canonically, I think they're maroon, but I just went with brown because it's a little bit more palatable for me. During our freshman year, Rashai and I dressed up as Shaggy and Scooby, and I really researched what color his pants were, and I ended up with red, so yeah. This next outfit is based off of the disguise scene from the one live action Scooby-Doo with Matthew Lillard. Had to throw that in there. It's a classic. As for the rest of his outfits, I just kind of kept them basic. One was inspired by a camp movie and just basic style. I gave him the chef trait, the foodie trait, glutton, and dog lover, obviously. He's the only one I didn't give the other trait just because he's not really invested like the others are. Like, he's more scared and reserved when it comes to solving these mysteries at times. And we're on to Scooby-Doo. Yeah, Great Dane. I gave him these floppy ears, and yeah, I changed his coat color, and I placed his spots so that they're representative of Scooby-Doo, so you can definitely tell. I had to make his eyes closer together like they are, and I had to make his nose comically large since he is a cartoon. I went ahead and gave him his signature teal collar and just try to resize everything to make sure it was looking good. Here's what he looks like from all angles. And yeah, this is our Scooby-Doo. I gave him adventurous, glutton, and sleuth because he's a detective dog. Here is a final look at the Mystery Incorporated gang. Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby. I think that they all came out great. I have no regrets here. And yeah, just a little look through all of their outfits just so you can see. Alright, and that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I should have a part 2 out soon with the house that I made for them, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!